Yeah, alright, doing a real quick walk around on the truck for you guys. Let's see here if I can. Oh, that's as wide as it goes. Okay. Anyhow, got the Raptor liner job done on here. Hard to see with this lighting, sorry. And 33-inch MT tires, stock 5-star wheels, sliders, TJ group buy rack from here in SoCal, custom front bumper. It's Tacoma do-it-yourself bumper that I adapted and sliced off the end of the frame rails to get it to fit. So that's the frame horns, and then wraps straight, flat, flush across the front. Makes a new crossmember across, so the old stock crossmember gets cut off. Swapped out sport hoods, swapped out 2001, 2002 grill, color matched with the bed liner. And let's see here. Main reason for the video, the Supercharger mod. So this is just a first-gen Supercharger I got, $700, and it was just torn apart basically. Probably had a bad coupler, that was about it. But looked over real good, tore it all the way down, rebuilt it all together with clean new seals, a new coupler in there, 2.2 pulley, sealed up the bypass really good, redid the gasket in the back and added gasket maker, dropping phones. Redid the gasket maker right here so it holds boost really well. Run to 6 bigger injectors. It's 308 cc, 308 cc Supra blue top injectors, and then running Snow Performance water methanol injections right here. It's drilled right into the EGR plate, which is nice because it blasts right in here into the back of the charger intake port, where it then hits it right on the roots, cools everything down super fast, and gets shoved right into the cylinders. Had to turn the battery sideways and actually jack a battery out of my wife's old dead Chrysler because it puts the posts the opposite way. Have this just bungeed with a super tight bungee for now to the battery. It's all very secure. Can't even move it without moving the whole dang truck. This is pretty darn secure to it. It's got a little wiggle, but it's not going anywhere. The hood closes right down above it, and it's actually on the ledge of the battery tray right there, so it can't go down any further. Had to remove the overflow for the radiator and just drop it down because it was going to get in the way of the battery being sideways. And then, so you can see the line runs down to here. It comes right down to the bottom to the pump. The pump's mounted to the wall on the wheel well just below here. And then it's nice because the overflow pump or overflow reservoir actually has a curve in its stock to fit on the face of here anyways, on this section. And that curve actually hugs the pump, and it actually holds it in there pretty tight. It's just below the pump and below the reservoir and everything. Holds it in there nicely. Just have a 99 intake manifold, and that way it opened it up a little bit over my 97. Stock one, have the ISR plugs in there for intake silence resonator. Sorry, I had kids coming in the garage there. So, again, 2.2 pulley. The controller is actually super nice. Love the controller on this one. Let me do this real quick and crack the garage so we don't get too much exhaust in here. Controllers, this is the VC50 Snow Performance Progressive Methanol Controller. It is both an integrated boost cage and progressive methanol controller. Got a nice LED output. Can change the settings on here. I have it set to start at 4 psi right now. Used to start it at 2, But since moving it from the intake tube right to the back of the supercharger, I can start a little bit later. Otherwise, it kind of squelches the the combustion chamber. We're running it real low at PSI. Right now, I have it set to 4 at start. That starts it at 15% of 100% pressure. For the number 5 controller, it set it up to 9 for the max. I usually don't top out above 9. I just see fluttering 8 and 9 with the max boost of the 2.2 on here, and it well sealed. You can turn on or off the power nozzle for a secondary nozzle. If you want to run 2 nozzles on here, you add a solenoid that cuts in and off the second one. You can run up to a whole another like 4, 5, 6 of them. You can run intake runner on the plenum. You can just put single number 1 injectors in there and a big one in the intake. That way you got it cooling off the supercharger and a fuel extra going right into the intake plenum. And then have the main one running through the intake on with the first one, and then the power nozzle set up on the actual intake plenum for the 6 additional running into the runners, coming on that for the power injectors. Let's see. This allows you to change the text color on the controller. The graph color on the showing the injection amount starts off at 15%. Full bars is all the way up to 100% injection. And then you can just go ahead and have the injection on or off. You can turn it off if you want it. And this over here is a purge. So if you just hit this here, it'll run 100% for a second or 2. Purge the line, make sure you get all the air out. Let's let this thing warm up for a second. Okay, and it makes boost pretty quick usually, so no problem with that. And on the road, I mean, it'll hit 9 PSI real quick too. It's really fast from about 1 to maybe 22. Starts to slow down 3 and 4. About 45, it picks up again and hauls butt all the way to red line. Don't know why there's a dead zone in the middle, but I'll be getting a big 6 tuner soon anyways, so be able to hopefully figure that out, tune the timing a little bit better, and mess around with methanol injection a little bit better off the air fuel ratios, and got the big 6 injector, so that should all be good. This is her. So, plenty of fun with just a supercharger.